blâme les autorités ne vont pas pouvoir
Sa Majesté Sam Nomodo s'incline devant un homme dit Ayenga, Ayenga, Ayenga.
Nos fils, agneau de Dieu, toi qui enlève les péchés du monde. Aie pitié de nous. Donne-nous la paix.
Non, s'il te plaît.
Ensuite, un hommage à son Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, chef de l'État, fonds des fonds, chef Agneau de Dieu, toi qui enlève les péchés du monde. Aie pitié de nous. Donne-nous la paix.
Non, s'il te plaît.
Ensuite, un hommage à son Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, chef de l'État, fonds des fonds, chef.
We are 9 days away to the biggest political showdown in the history of Cameroon. We are 9 days away to the biggest and dramatic political showdown in Cameroon's 64 years history. The Grand Master, Mr. Biya, the king of the Bulu Republic, versus wannabes, those that want to be presidents, former ministers, former friends, subcontractors, those that are still under the paycheck of Mr. Biya. They want to challenge the Grand Master. They want to challenge the voodoo priest, the king of juju, the master of tsunami. Let's start with some social media drama from an entity called Mimi Mefo. Let's start with that. Mimi Mefo has offered an apology. My office has received information that Mimi Mefo has offered an apology to the Amazonian people for making distorted and misleading information regarding Amazonian call for collective lockdown. A few days ago, the Cameroon government sent out a propagandist press release by the guy who runs my media prime, Leonard Kum or Bernard Kum. And Mimi Mefo took that information and published it. The Ambazonia Governing Council sent out, disclaimed that information, and sent out an official statement. We sent that statement to Mimi Mefo. I made a Twitter post, copied Mimi Mefo, contacted her through her WhatsApp. I informed her on Twitter that we have sent her the official document through her WhatsApp. We are waking up this morning with more social media drama just for the purpose to gain headlines and clicks. Mimi Mefo is at it again. The statement that was sent to Mimi Mefo by the Ambazonia Governing Council for Mimi Mefo to publish, she has used that information, abstract the name of the Secretary General of the organization, and then use that to insinuate that it is the Secretary General of the Ambazonia Governing Council that has called for the suspension of lockdown. So once she was challenged, she now offered an apology to the Ambazonian people. So what is the apology for? Withdraw the original distorted and misleading information he sent out. Withdraw that information. And according to Mimi Mefo, she is being influenced and being pressured by Cameroun government authorities to do these things. So why would Mimi Mefo allow herself as a journalist, if she is one, to be influenced by colonial authorities in Cameroon to put out public information? Why would she allow the Cameroon government to dictate to her what she should publish? If the Cameroon government is dictating and deciding what Mimi Mefo should write and publish, then Mimi Mefo is a paid agent of the government of Cameroon. If the Cameroon government is pressuring you and deciding what you should write and who you should write about, who should be on that statement, what you should say about them, then you are a paid agent of the Cameroon state. Only the brave and the courageous can have freedom, can live in freedom, can achieve freedom, can pursue freedom, can sustain freedom, and can live in freedom, peace, dignity, and stability. Only the brave and the courageous can become free, can achieve freedom, can stand up for freedom, can fight for freedom, can live in freedom, in peace, security, stability, dignity, and prosperity. Freedom is not for the weak. Freedom is not for cowards. Because the weak, the cowards, live in fear. Cowards are afraid of the bees. Cowards are afraid of Mr. Biya. Cowards are afraid of Atanganji Paul. Cowards are afraid of the gendarmes. Cowards are afraid of the police. Only cowards cowards can allow themselves to be taken hostage by a dictator. Only cowards can allow themselves and their children to live under tyranny, under poverty, under underdevelopment, under deprivation, under conditions that are inhumane. The brave, however, don't accept tyranny. The brave don't accept corruption. The brave do not accept to live under terrorism. The brave and the courageous, they don't accept dysfunctional governments. They don't accept corrupt governments. They don't accept underdevelopment. The cowards and the fearful believe tyranny is their portion. The cowards and the fearful believe living under a dictatorship is their destiny. Cowards and the fearful believe it's acceptable to live under corrupt system that deprive them of basic services. The cowards and the fearful believe God is punishing them under this system. The cowards and the fearful believe they have no power, they have no say, and there is nothing they can do about their conditions. That's the mentality of cowards and the fearful. The mentality of the brave is that they can change their conditions, they have control over their lives, they can change their circumstances. The brave and the courageous believe they have the power of God within them, they have the Spirit of God within them, they have the light of God within them, they have the guidance of God within them, they have divine inspiration that God created them for something bigger than to live under corruption, than to live under tyranny. God created them to create a better world, to create peace, to create stability, to make the world and their community safer, more peaceful, more tolerant, to make their communities, to develop their communities, to create a greater quality of life for themselves and for their people, to create abundance, to create prosperity, to use their imagination, divine inspiration, to create transformation, to create a better world where everybody can prosper, where everybody can make meaningful contribution and live a meaningful and dignified life. So I understand why some of you, when we made the announcement yesterday, when the vice president spoke 2 days ago and informed the Amazonian people and the world at large that the two most consequential leaders of the Amazonian liberation struggle, Dr. Cho Lucas Ayaba of the Amazonia Governing Council and Seseku Ayok Tabe Julius, the president and leader of the Pioneer IG, the foundational IG called IG Care, have come together and formed an alliance. They have come together and formed a united, solid, stable political front to actualize the freedom and independence of Ambazonia. Most of you know it's impossible. No, Siseko cannot collaborate with Dr. Cho. No, Dr. Cho cannot unite with Siseko. No, Siseko should not unite with Dr. Cho. No, Dr. Cho should not unite with Siseko. Why? Chill. This is a political process. These are consequential leaders. Both are in jail because of you. Both are in jail because they stood up to challenge Cameroon's legitimacy in Ambazonia. Though they are in jail, their forces, their constituencies, their movements, their followers, their donors, their fighters, their communities across the 13 states are carrying on with their mission, with their purpose, with their call for freedom. These are consequential leaders. There will be no negotiation without these two consequential leaders. There will be no resolution of Ambazonia's conflict with Cameroon without these two consequential leaders. So stop deceiving yourself. I understand where you're coming from. Because you find significance in your division. Because you find significance in petty things, in little things. You find significance in chaos. You find significance in disunity. Because unity is a threat to your little ego. Because unity of purpose, moving forward, becomes a threat to who you think you were. Siseko is not the same person that was arrested in 2017. It's not the same leader. So the leader you think you knew or you know no longer exists. He's a different beast. Cho is not the same leader. The people in the AGOFC and the followers of AGOFC think he is. He's a different beast. Leaders evolved. Leaders grow. Leaders mature. It's a process. It's a political leadership journey. They have to, in order for them to succeed, they have to follow the path of Christ. They have to follow the path of Mandela, of Gandhi, of Martin. They have to follow the path of those that have gone before them. They have to follow models. They have to rise to the best of themselves, to the greater part of who they are. They have to, for their own survival, for their own peace, for their own future, and for the future of their people, for the future of their movement. The AGOFC has to grow up. The IGK has to grow up. This is a political process. We all must rise and evolve. You don't evolve, you're going to perish. You're going to atrophy. Nothing stays static. Everything in this world has a purpose. And anything and anyone that is not growing, improving, and evolving, as Maslow calls it, self-actualizing, you're going to be eliminated by nature. It's a law. If you're not out to serve the greater good and evolve to a self-actualizing being to fulfill a greater purpose for the organization, for the people, for Ambazonia, and for God, life is going to eliminate you naturally. You'll be a waste, just like Cameroun. They have to. They are coming together not for themselves. They are coming together for what is ahead. I've already informed all of you. There's something bigger that is ahead for Ambazonia. They have to come together to get it. They have to come together for the world to trust them with freedom and sovereignty. It carries weight. It carries responsibility. It needs credibility and it needs solid foundation to cement that freedom on. You don't hand freedom to whosoever. You don't give sovereignty to whosoever. To people that have a track record, that have proven themselves. So you want to play small? It's totally up to you. Ayok is not going to play small with you. You want to play small? Cho is not going to play small with you. So whether you are in A of C or you are in IGK, this message is for you. Whether you are of the Restoration Forces, the Unity Warriors, or you are ADF, this message is for you. The leaders have come together. They have formalized an alliance. It's been cemented. Get on board or don't become an obstacle for the freedom of Ambazonia. We ain't going back. We're moving towards freedom. These are visionary leaders. These are caring leaders. These are tacticians. They are both politicians because they are both leaders of movement. But their politics is politics for the fulfillment, for the actualization, for the independence of Ambazonia. From 2017 right up until now, from 2016 right up until now, I've made all analysis about these two leaders. Any of you that had followed what I've done right up until now, I have been very consistent about their contributions. I know their disagreements. I know where they converge. I know you have your fears. You have to rise to something greater, something better. Don't get stuck in your old limitations because the limitations are all self-imposed. Don't get stuck in an old identity. Evolve. Don't become like La République where you get stuck in a stuck state. You need to evolve. They have decided, they've come together for the greater good. All right. Let's move to what's happening in Cameroon. There is a political showdown that's about to take place 9 days from now. The people of Cameroon will either have a country or they will have disintegration. The people of Cameroon have a choice. First, For 43 years, Mr. Biya has not lost an election. Mr. Biya is the most consistent leader in Cameroon. He's corrupt. He knows it. The world knows it. He's a tyrant. He knows it. The world knows it. So he's consistent. Okay? He terrorizes everybody. He knows it. The world knows it. He is the constitution. He is the law. He is the parliament. He is the Senate. He is also the court. He knows it. The world knows it. He commits fraud. He rigs elections. He knows it. And the world knows it. He's very consistent. He's not ashamed of it. In fact, he's very proud of it. He enjoys it. This is his life. This is his identity. He's not hiding it. This is who he is. He's a consistent leader with a consistent identity and ideology. He's not ashamed of it. He's very proud of it. You may not like it. You may think it's immoral. It has nothing to do with morality. It has everything to do with the quest of obtaining, maintaining, securing power. You may not like it. Your opinion doesn't count because you're not Mr. Biya. Okay? Your opinion counts in the things that matters to your life. Okay? So, Mr. Biya is very consistent. He's done that for 43 years. He's created a well-entrenched political structure. He has played a smart and sophisticated political game. Has eliminated every single enemy and opponent. He crushed everyone along the way. Biya obliterates everyone. He doesn't give a damn about what you say afterwards. What matters to Mr. Biya is winning. It's not about negotiation. It's not about, legacy. What he should think about his legacy. Dictators don't think like that. They don't care about their legacy. When he's dead, he's dead, right? They care about now. They care about power. They care about fame. They care about admiration. They don't care about legacy. They don't care about what you're going to think about him, what history is going to write about him. He will be dead anyway, right? So he doesn't give a damn. What matters is power. To maintain a consistent identity as a strong tyrant who doesn't give a damn, who rules with an iron fist and who rules by decree. Mr. Biya is not going to go out there to address the Cameroonese people. Mr. Biya is not going to get on the road, get on the bus, make a tour. Mr. Biya is not going to go to any stadium to talk to anybody. He doesn't need to convince you because it's not about convincing you. What should he convince you about? Doesn't need to tell you nothing. He has a well-entrenched system, a machinery of bribery, corruption, fraud, and rigging. It's been in place for 43 years. It doesn't need campaign. It doesn't need preaching. It doesn't have to come and soothe you. Doesn't have to come and make you feel good. All he has to do, he has a strategy that has worked for him. You may not like him. That's your opinion. That's your personal business. Biya does not care. You may think it's immoral. It has nothing to do with morality anyway. To the gospel of Biya, this is all about winning. It's all about dominating. It's all about dominance. It's all about the acquisition, the control, and the sustenance of political power, wealth, and influence. You don't like that? That's your cup of tea. Biya doesn't give a damn. The people of Cameroon have no water to drink. Biya doesn't care. The people of Cameroon have no light. Biya doesn't care. Children have schools to go to. You don't have schools to go to. Biya doesn't care. He gives contracts to the inner circle and the outer circle of that inner circle, and then they give power and influence and money to circles upon circles upon circles upon circles of spheres of influence. And that's how they rule you. That's how they control you. All right? Their henchmen will commit massacres in order to instill fear. They kill every dissident and every opponent in order to instill fear. They rule through the use of intimidation, fear, harassment, or elimination. If you don't accept bribery and corruption, they will harass you, they will intimidate you, they will make your life a living hell, they will send you into exile, or they kill you. He doesn't care. So if people don't understand the game, then they will become victims of the same game. If people don't understand the strategies, then they will become victims of the strategies. Mr. Biya doesn't care about an election because there are no elections. He never acquired power through electoral process. He owes no one accountability because he is power. He is the law. He is the structure. He is the government. He is the courts. There is no higher authority than Mr. Biya. And everybody, including justices of the Supreme Court, they are puppets of Mr. Biya. The Senate and senators are all puppets of Mr. Biya. Parliamentarians and the assembly, those are all puppet institutions of Mr. Biya. You either support him or you out. You criticize him, you go to Kondengi. You go to Douala Central, or you go to New Bell Prison, or you go to Yaoundé Central Prison. All right? You either join Mr. Biya or you do not exist. You join him or you go to exile. These are the rules. You either play by the rules or you eliminate it. There is no alternative in Cameroon. There is no opposing view. There is no alternative view. There is only one view. CPDM and Mr. Biya. So here is the message. Now, you have who is the front runner? Issa Chiroma is riding high. Who was Issa Chiroma? A partner to Mr. Biya. For how many years? They have every secret. They have every file about Mr. Chiroma. Right? So Mr. Chiroma can go out, make his rallies, enjoy the fame. Chiroma is going to jail. Chiroma will be arrested. Issa Chiroma is going to jail. Issa Chiroma will be arrested by Atanganji Paul. You've seen what they've done to Kamto, right? Right? You all have seen what they've done to Kamto, right? Wait, We have 9 more days. Watch what is coming. Why do you think Biya returned to Cameroon? He returned to Cameroon to come and give power to who? To Issa Chiroma? Biya returned to Cameroon to give power to who? Joshua Osi? So, Biya left Switzerland. You're thinking in your head, the dictator, the tyrant, left Switzerland, returned to Cameroon a few days before a presidential election, in which he's never offered a statement. He never even told the Cameroon people if he's running or not. You think he returned to Cameroon to come and make transition? Peaceful transition of power to who? Cabral? To who? To Bello Buba? Are you kidding yourself? Like, are you thinking rightly? Do you have your faculties working? Do you understand what human pardonings are? Man, this is a joke. That's why sometimes when I listen to Cameroon commentators, I pity the people of Cameroon. You have to understand human psychology. It doesn't work that way. There will be no transfer of power to anybody in Cameroon. At Tanganji Paul, the Cameroon Minister of Territorial Administration, has committed himself and his life to be the most obedient disciple of Paul Biya. Atanganji Paul has committed himself to be the most loyal disciple of Paul Biya. Why do you think Paul Biya took Atanganji from prison? A hardened murderer, a hardened criminal. This is a leader of an armed gang group, hardened criminal. They took him out of prison and they crowned him a minister. You know what that means? You've lived on the streets. You understand the business of the streets. Bring it on. You are the one I need. Go out and get the job done just like you used to get the job done on the streets. Atanganji will intimidate, terrorize, and send anyone who dares to challenge the 2025 presidential election results. It will be an open rigging system. It will be open fraudulent system. All right. They don't care about what you think. They have the bees. They have the military. They have the police, they have the gendarmes, they have everybody. In their palm. From an elementary school teacher, a nursery school teacher, every civil servant in Cameroon owes their allegiance, loyalty, and livelihood to Mr. Biya. If you're a state employee, you must show proof that you voted for the CPDM. If not, you lose your job. There's no human rights, and it's not an issue of human rights. It's about loyalty to the king. Mr. Biya is not going to go to Manfe and rig the election. You know who is going to rig the election in Manfe? Ayok Takoncho. is going to rig the election in Manu to guarantee a position as a minister. That's why he has committed massacres, used proxy forces that are disguised as is used the bees that are disguised as Amber Boys, committed massacres in order to subdue and terrorize the population into submission, so that they can prove to Mr. Biya that they have made Manu and Mamfe to have normalcy, and that they have eliminated what they call the resistance. This is their ticket. This is their way of getting Mr. Biya's attention to have ministerial positions. This is the game. All the massacres that are committed in Kumba, in St. Francis School in Kumba, all of the massacre, whether it's in Pinyin, it's done by CPDM elites. It's done by the SDOs, by the governors, by the DOs, by all these CPDM elites to prove to Mr. Biya that they can get the job done, to prove to Atanganji Paul that they are following the rules of terrorism, using terror tactics. This is the game. And if you don't understand that game and you get caught up in what they call democracy, then you're a fucking coward. Because you lack common understanding of humans, of basic human psychology, and how systems are created and how systems work. There is no democracy in Cameroon. It's a terrorist state. It's a cartel state. It's a state run by cartel bosses. You have to understand this. That's why I encourage a lot of you to study outside of what you went to school for. Go study life. Study patterns. Go study life. And don't get trapped into an old school, into a certain type of mentality, into a certain way of thinking that does not fit into your contextual realities. You have to get outside of the box. They call it think outside of the box. You're living in a box, a terrorist box, okay, an occupation box. There's a mindset that you've been indoctrinated with, and conditioned and programmed with, and that is now the reflection of your processing mechanism. So understand, October 12th, it's a showdown between Issa Chiroma, Joshua C, Cabral, and Bello Buba against an entrenched occupation system that has tentacles like an octopus. It's going to eat all of them. It's going to smash, obliterate, squeeze, and chew all of them up. The people of Cameroon have a choice. You have a choice. When I get choice, the people for Cameroon, when I get a choice, I don't give them the background. Now when I get a choice. Now only brave people then, courageous people then, they feel get freedom, they feel keep freedom. Not only courageous people then, not only people they be brave, They fit stand up for fight for freedom, for get freedom, for keep freedom, and for live for freedom. The people where they get fear, the people they do like cowards, they go accept conditions like conditions in Cameroun, thinking that they are portioned that for life. The people of Cameroun, una portion for life, not be for live under poverty. Una portion for life, not be for live under this kind terror system. Not be una portion for life that. Una portion for life, not be for live under cartel bosses. Not be una portion for life that. So the young people of Cameroun, they get a choice. They get a choice for rise up like all other free, courageous, brave people, brave young men and women across the globe if they want anything better. But they get a choice for remain for the same condition. Now their choice. It be okay for live in fear and for be a coward. It be okay. It be totally okay. You get a right to be fearful. You get a right to be a fucking coward. It be totally okay. If that's the life that we want. If you want to be there for worship Biya, why he live the best life and you live a miserable life? If that won't be okay for you, then we not just don't wanna. When Biya can declare an election for October 12th, we not just accept them. And then we not go live for the next 7 years under the same system, even though by the end of the next 7 years, Mr. Biya don't die. All these things, not been a Mr. Biya want power for himself. Now all the Atanga and Jipo, the Diongute, the Regina Mundi, the Tabetandos, now all these cartel bosses, where their life depend on Paul Biya. And then they keep them under poverty. So when I get a choice, that's why when we see an Ambazonian, that's why we admire the courage of the Ambazonian people then. The people of Cameroon, they admire the courage, the bravery of Ambazonians. The people of Cameroon, the leaders of Cameroon, the opposition leaders of Cameroon, they call we, they tell we say where we wish they would be like Una. We wish they would fit talk like Una. We fit stand up like Una. We fit preach politics like Una. We fit mobilize our people like Una. We fit inspire our people like Una. Una fit. The people of Cameroon, they admire the Ambazonian people then. The people of Cameroon, they respect Ambazonians. The people of Cameroon, they did look with so with envy and honor and admiration and appreciation. Because we need to take shit from anybody. We need to take shit even from our own leaders. So why we go take shit from La République? We don't take shit. Because we not be shit. We not deserve shit. So why we go accept shit? Now only shit we accept shit. We don't take shit. We want the best for our people then. We want the best future for our picking them. We want the best future for our country. So when you see these brave men and women across the globe, they rise up and they don't do it for 9 years. Now 2 days ago, Ambazonian forces across the 13 states, they show the highest level of bravery than any other people for this world. Mobilize millions and millions and millions and millions, thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands for their various communities. Usa Cameroon be there. Usa the bees. They be there when Ambazonian generals They mobilized thousands of Ambazonians in the various communities and celebrate their Independence Day in public. Ousa Cameroun bees de bide. Ousa lele l'Afrique bide. Ousa okala bila bide. Ousa de bide. The be nowhere to be found. Nowhere. So we understand. Sometimes when we see we post something, instead for people for appreciate and encourage, the reason why they make those nasty, filthy comments, now because now an act of self-defense. They no one feel inferior to Ambazonians. That's why when they see this nasty attitude from Mimimefo and the rest, because they be marveled as how would he do harm. We be Ambazonians. We be the chosen people of God. We be God a chosen people. Ambazonians, now God a chosen people. We be God a chosen people. Freedom now our divine call. We need to do them by our own will. We need to do them now by divine inspiration and guidance and strength. There is a greater power, God's power in us, guiding us to bring light where there is darkness, to bring peace where there is turmoil, to bring stability where there is chaos, to bring comfort where there is pain, to bring food where there is starvation, to bring water where there is thirst, to bring abundance where there is lack, to bring development where there is no development. We got a chosen people. That's why no weapon fashioned against the Ambazonian people can ever prosper, can ever work. That's why no decapitation strategy, if it succeed. You take Sisseku and Patasan and Mancho and Panfo and Penterence and C. Conrad, you take the Benjis, you put them for jail. There is a conveyor belt. A conveyor belt. There is a production factory of more of the Sissekos. The seeds, they keep germinating. One Cameroonese, he make a comment for the spokesman Facebook page last night. He talks say this Ambazonia them for their own pidgin. This Ambazonia, that is also born them now how? Because it is see how more and more Ambazonian forces they come out every day. And the Republic they tell them say Amba don't finish. Then they say they can look at like man. The Prime Minister talks say Amba don't finish. The governor talks say Amba don't finish. SDO talks say Amba don't finish. At times you go tell them say in a pocket of resistance. But then they will can see thousands and thousands and hundreds of powerful men and women. Then they go like, they lie. The Amba they burn them now. How? They so burn them. Who said that they come out? Will be spirit. Amba na spirit. Remember what I tell you yesterday? When I remember what I tell you yesterday? Amba means a light. Amba means the presence of God. Amba means a courage. Amba means a freedom. Amba means a dignity. Amba means a higher authority. Amber means a divine grace. Amber means destiny. Amber means blessing. Amber means I am the light. Amber means I am the word. Amber means I am the power. Amber means I am creation. Amber means I am the future. Amber means I am eternity. I am forever and forever. So when you hear amber, no say it means say power. Amber means say courage. Amber means say bravery. Amber means say freedom. Amber means say the highest good. Amber means beauty. Amber means substance. Amber means something incredible, something extraordinary. Every Ambazonia Pekin, I got light. Take pride. Take pride. You be special. There is none like Amber. There is none like you. You be the chosen one. Know that. Na cafe there. We thank you plenty for this time that don't give way. Make we talk. The people of Cameroon, they better work for them. As for Ambazonia, we already be free. What you wanna be neither, it don't happen. The two of our consequential leaders, they don't unite. That unity guarantees our freedom. All money plays there.
Today, the 1st of October, 2025, we have all come out as a responsibility to prove to the international community at large that no matter their international conspiracy to subjugate our leaders, torture them, we say no. Today, the 1st of October, 2025, we have all come out as a responsibility to prove to the international community at large that no matter their international conspiracy to subjugate our leaders, torture them, we say no.
From 1954 to 1961.
History has not forgotten that Biya was the headquarters of West Cameroun. History has not forgotten that Biya was the capital of southern Cameroon.
So this General is coming into the grandstand. General Kumu, Packard, Colonel, Commander. So they are coming into the grandstand.
He is commanding 188 military infantry battalion of 80th of Amber is already here. And at that junction, General Kumu, assisted by John Tokagan. I am telling you, Colonel Jago, who is commanding the 88th Military Infantry Battalion of Banten Jelly Base Camp. They are already at Banten.
From 1954 to 1961.
History has not forgotten that Biya was the headquarters of West Cameroun. History has not forgotten that Biya was the capital of southern Cameroun.
Southern Cameroon was an autonomous country with its own government, headed by a prime minister with capital in Biya.
Southern Cameroon had its own parliament with the House of Chiefs. Southern Cameroon had its own airlines. Southern Cameroon had its own power station in Yoke. Southern Cameroon had its own police force. Southern Cameroon had its own seaport in Victoria. Southern Cameroon had its own currency,
The pound sterling. Unfortunately, our colonial masters, the British, convinced the United Nations for Southern Cameroons to attain independence by joining La République du Cameroun via a 1961 plebiscite. With a federal constitution, Article 47 prohibited the changing of the form of the federal republic. But La République du Cameroun changed the constitution through a 1972 fraudulent referendum of vote and yes. La République du Cameroun attained its independence on January 1, 1960 without Southern Cameroun. Southern Cameroon attained its independence on October 1, 1961. They formed the Federal Republic. Our ancestor Mola Jolly Tombe reminded us that there is no union treaty between Southern Cameroon and La République du Cameroun. We request the United Nations to organize another referendum to ask us whether we want to stay in this union or not. Show us the union treaty. As Mola Jolly Tombe reminded us, Jumba no be married. La République du Cameroun has taken advantage of us. They have destroyed our economy. They robbed us of our resources. They robbed us of our basic humanity. On November 30, 2017, Paul Biya declared a war on us. They murdered over 60,000 of our grandparents, our brothers, our sisters, and our children. They burned down over 200 of our villages. What did we do to deserve this? La République du Cameroun attained its independence on January 1, 1960 without Southern Cameroon. Southern Cameroon attained its independence on October 1, 1961. They formed the Federal Republic. Our ancestor Molanjoli Tamba reminded us that there is no union treaty between Southern Cameroon and La République du Cameroun. We request the United Nations to organize another referendum to ask us whether we want to stay in this union or not.